Bitcoin to hit 1 million US dollars. Really? I mean, is that even going to happen? The former CTO of Coinbase has placed a $2 million bet on Twitter, claiming that in 90 days, yes, only 3 months, Bitcoin will have hit 1 million US dollars. We're going to be looking at that story and trying to unpack it a little bit more in this video. We're also going to be looking at some more realistic Bitcoin predictions from very well-known and credible investors. And then we're going to be talking about a story that is on the horizon about mass adoption for Bitcoin with Microsoft. Good morning, everybody. Let's get straight into this. But before we do, let's have a quick look at the prices. As we can see, Bitcoin just under 28,000 US dollars. And we've got Ethereum at 1,744, and we've got all cryptocurrencies up over the last week. Now, only a couple of weeks ago, we looked at Altcoin Trader and we saw Bitcoin was trading at 375,000 Rand per Bitcoin. Now, obviously, since then, we've seen a couple of banks failing in the US. We've seen the Fed backstopping the banks and putting billions of US dollars into the banking system and into the financial system. And as we all know, that this is good for Bitcoin because people are losing faith in the traditional financial system and they are moving their wealth to the alternative financial system. This is not a good thing. We don't want the traditional financial system to crash. What we're looking for is the two financial systems to run in parallel until everything is stable, and eventually we will see more and more people going over to a financial system that is fairer, that doesn't enslave the human race, and allows everyone to have a fair chance to participate in the economy. And that is Bitcoin, that is cryptocurrencies, and that is emerging stronger and stronger each day. Now let's dive into this morning story and just unpack it in a little bit more detail. So the former Coinbase CTO makes a $2 million bet on Bitcoin's performance. And what he basically says, and he put it in a tweet, is that they will write a smart contract and he will put up 1 million US dollars in USDC, and that will be backed against a smart contract, and someone else will put a Bitcoin in there. And at the end of 90 days, the smart contract will execute and automatically pay the winner both amounts. In other words, if Bitcoin is $1 million, he will get the Bitcoin and he will get the USDC that he put up. But if Bitcoin does not hit $1 million, then the person that put the Bitcoin up will get his million USDC plus the original Bitcoin. And he's prepared to take this bet with two people. James Medlock has already won, who's taken it, a famous economist and tax enthusiast. So he's taken that bet. But now I think that there's so many people that would take that bet. Look, I personally would love to take that bet, because do I believe that Bitcoin is going to hit $1 million in 90 days? Well, sadly, I'm going to say no. And those of you that watch this channel, you know that I am extremely passionate about Bitcoin and extremely passionate about the potential of Bitcoin. But I think that our economy, or the world's economy, especially the US economy, is a lot more stable than Balaji is giving it credit for. I don't think we're going to see hyperinflation in the next 90 days. I don't think we are going to see those extremes. That doesn't mean that Bitcoin is not going to go up dramatically. That very well might happen. But we're probably not going to see the $1 million mark. So let's go over to some more credible investors. Not saying that he's not credible. I'm just saying that this is possibly a huge bet, a huge publicity stunt, and it's an excellent way to get his social numbers up. So I can see the idea behind what he's done, but I don't think it's going to happen. Now, Cathie Wood, a very well-respected investor, a very well-respected thought leader in the crypto space, has done a lot of analysis, and she believes that cryptocurrency, specifically Bitcoin, will hit $1 million by the year 2030. Just going to try and expand on this a bit more. So she's basically put forward three cases for Bitcoin. The bear case, and just make a note that this is for 2030. This is not for the next 90 days. The bear case is that Bitcoin will reach 258,000 US dollars, which is multiple millions of rands. The base case, so this is what is likely to happen. It'll reach 682,000 US dollars by 2030. Now, the return on investment, if this had to happen, is absolutely insane. And then, of course, they've got the bull case, which is Bitcoin will be over $1 million at 2030. It'll be 1.4, call it 1.5 million US dollars by 2030. Now, as you can see, that these are numbers that are coming out from a very well-respected business analyst, respected crypto investor. And I think that this is extremely likely. I think that this is a realistic prediction of where we can expect Bitcoin to go. So Bitcoin at $1 million, personally, I believe is inevitable. Is it a definite? No. Bitcoin could crash, it could go to zero, but that is extremely unlikely. The likely scenario, the scenario that we could bet on, that we think is going to happen, is that Bitcoin is, in the next 8 to 10 years, going to be well over $1 million. Now take a second to think about that. If that is not as crazy as it sounds, and that is actually what's going to happen, not investing in Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies would be, to say the least, foolish. Of course, everyone has an opinion, and you don't have to base your finances or your financial future on someone else's opinion. But it's good to get knowledge, it's good to get input, it's good to understand what the market is saying, what people are feeling, and what is the likelihood of cryptocurrency exploding like that. Guys, of course, this is not financial advice. I could simply be wrong. So do your own research, make your own decisions, and make sure that the investments that you participate in, you are prepared to take full responsibility for those investments. Now, something else that I find extremely exciting, and I don't think that people are paying enough attention to this, is Microsoft. Okay, so Microsoft reportedly testing Edge browser Web3 wallet integration. This means that Microsoft are currently working or playing around with the idea of putting a crypto wallet right into their browser. Now, guys, we know Microsoft. I mean, Windows is just about on every single PC. Windows is taken off. When people get a PC, they always use Microsoft Edge. Sometimes it's just to download Chrome, but we know that once browsers become once crypto wallets become native to browsers, this is going to tremendously speed up the adoption of cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin and the alternative financial system. This is not to be understated. Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies are being adopted. When big companies like Microsoft start to look into this technology, we as investors need to pay attention. Now, guys, I thought I'd just make a quick video for you. It's a public holiday for us here in South Africa, so I'll make a quick video, let you guys know what I'm thinking about, what news is currently happening. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I do make a video every week or every month, whatever, but I'd ask you to subscribe. That's it from me. I'm out.